Hello everyone. Do you know why tentative contraction can't occur in myocardium? Why doesn't fibrillation occur? Why can't digitators make cardiac contraction stronger? With all these questions, we'll learn myocardial contractility. Contractility is the mechanical property of myocardium, which has three characteristics. The first is no tentative contraction. That is, no summation of contraction, only contraction, relaxation alternately. The most important characteristic of myocardial excitability is that the effective refractory period is very long, about 200 to 300 milliseconds, which include systole and the early part of diastole. This ensures that the heart do not do tentative contraction, always keeps the alternating contraction and relaxation. The second is all-or-none contraction, also known as synchronous contraction. There are a lot of gap junctions between myocardial cells. Myocardium excites and contracts at the same time, like one cell, being called functional sensation. In addition, Purkinje fiber spreading under the endocardium of ventricles could conduct action potential at the fastest speed. Only connective tissue between atrium and the ventricle, so the whole heart can be regarded as two functional units. Due to AV delay, ventricular contraction begins after atrial contraction, which ensures ventricular filling and ejection. The third, myocardial contraction depends on extracellular calcium. In skeletal muscle, all calcium that triggers contraction comes from sarcoplasmic reticulum. However, during the heart's contraction, 10 to 20% of intracellular calcium comes from extracellular fluid, and 80 to 90% from sarcoplasmic reticulus. Although there's only a little calcium influx from extracellular fluid, it is the starting factors. When the myocardium is excited, calcium influx during plateau and binds with the receptors on sarcoplasmic reticulus, which triggers the releasing of a large amount of calcium, thereby triggers myocardial contraction. This mechanism is called calcium-induced calcium release, also known as extracellular calcium influx, promoting internal calcium release. There are two kinds of calcium channels on sarcoplasmic reticulus, which are called Renaudin receptor and IP3 receptor, respectively. The relaxation of the heart is caused by the decrease of intracellular calcium. The increase of intracellular calcium can activate calcium pump and sodium-calcium exchanger. 80 to 90% of calcium is transferred back to sarcoplasmic reticulus by calcium pump. Meanwhile, 10 to 20% calcium is transferred to outside by sodium-calcium exchanger and calcium pump to recover the distribution. Sodium-calcium exchanger on myocardial cell membrane can transport calcium out by the gradient of sodium concentration. Sodium-potassium pump is the power to maintain sodium gradient. So, sodium-calcium exchange is secondary active transportation. Digitalis is the cardiac tonic, commonly used in clinic. Its action is inhibiting sodium-potassium pump to decrease sodium-calcium exchange. Therefore, intracellular calcium increase and the contractility increase. Let's do a summary. Myocardial contractility has three characteristics. The first, there is no tentative contraction, only contraction and relaxation alternately. The second, all or none contraction, also known as synchronous contraction. The third, myocardial contraction depends on calcium in extracellular fluid. Class is over. Thank you. See you.